the campus of Hanover College. I'm Larry Duke along with Jared Revlitz tonight. NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Tournament. Game number 2 of the first round. The winner will take on North Central out of Naperville, Illinois, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Hanover, ranked 12th in the nation, 23-7. Westminster, out of Missouri, out of the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, 19-8 overall. It should be a good ball game here this evening between these two ball clubs. And not only do we welcome you here on our radio feed at 95.3 WIKI, but also on HCTV 22 here this evening. Our crack crew of HCTV guys out there. Yes, Lori, you're not the crackpot. Your guy over there next to you, Eric. No, not really. You guys are great. We've worked with them all year, football, basketball. They do an excellent job. And, of course, our camera crew as well. And we're excited about this. We're glad to be hosting, here at home. And we're glad to be here at home to bring you into this ball game here this evening. And, Rev, I tell you, it's got to be a ball game that Hanover has got to be on their A game. It's the game that instead of waiting until the last couple of minutes, for Corey Muchmore to, get alive for the senior, he's got to get ready and get going right out of the get-go, just like the other guys.
Yeah, you sure do, and we saw that in the first game here this afternoon. North Central came out, they got the early lead, and they held on from start to finish in that game to advance into the second round. And the winner of this game, they're likely going to have to get off to a quick start as well and jump out early on their opposing team to try and advance into the second round here this afternoon.
We want to welcome all of our listeners on 95.3 WIKI that are heading back from either Greensburg or from Versailles here this evening from the IHSAA Boys Sectional Tournament. And we've got your entertainment as you head back to Jefferson County. And, hey, we hope that what you can to come on over to the Collier Arena and, catch some of the NCAA basketball game here this afternoon.
There should be plenty of time, and there's still people filing in here, and there's still some seats. You may have to sit over on the Westminster side. But
you can sit in the Wooster side.
There you go. You can sit in the Wooster section. That section cleared out pretty quick after that first game.
All righty, we're ready to go. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Here's Rev.
First for the visiting Westminster Blue Jays. They come in at 19-8 on the year, and the starting lineup goes like this. At guard, a 5'10 sophomore out of Rolla, Missouri, wearing number 11 will be Carter Wands. At guard, a 5'10 junior out of St. Louis, Missouri, wearing number 12 will be Tanner Cochran. At guard, a 6'2 junior out of Chihuahua, Mexico, wearing number 13, Jimmy Villalobos. At forward, a 6'5 junior out of St. Louis, Missouri, wearing number 32, Romo Tab. And at center, a 6'9 junior out of St. Louis, Missouri, wearing number 44, Sean O'Brien. The Blue Jays under the direction of head coach Matt Mitchell, who is in his 19th season at the helm of the Blue Jays with an overall record of 257 and 234. Now for the home team, Hanover Panthers come into this game at 23-3 on the year. And the starting lineup will look like this. At guard, a 5'11 sophomore out of Mason, Ohio, wearing number 3, Cam Fales. At guard, a 6'2 junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, wearing number 12, Colin Smith. At guard, a 6'2 junior out of Pendleton, Indiana, wearing number 14, Levi Buck. At forward, a 6'4 junior out of Batesville, Indiana, wearing number 35, Wes McKinney. And at center, a 6'6 senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, wearing number 45, Corey Muchmore. The Panthers under the direction of head coach John Miller, who's in his 9th season at the helm for the Panthers, as he comes in with a record of 147 and 90.
Earlier this week on our morning show on 95.3 WIKI, we had Coach Miller, we had Wes McKinney, and Levi Buck in with us, and had a special guest that joined us as well, a Hanover alum from 1990 and watching the game here this evening as well from up at the State House in Indianapolis. That is the governor of the state of Indiana, Eric Holcomb, and had a great opportunity to talk with him and everything, and him wishing the team well. He was in Washington, D.C. when Hanover won, and when the pairings came out, and of course the vice president of the United States, and Mike Pence, is also a graduate of Hanover College.
He is indeed. So we may have him watching in tonight as well. You never know.
You never know. That's the type of people that that we have. But it was great talking with Eric Holcomb the other day. Let's go look at the fashion report here against Red.
First for the visiting Blue Jays out of Westminster. They are in their dark navy blue uniforms this evening with white letters and numbers and Carolina blue trim around the neck and down the sides. Everyone wearing dark navy blue sneakers for the Blue Jays as well. On the Hanover side of things, they're in their home white uniforms with white letters and numbers, but blue outline and the red and blue stripes down the side of the jerseys and the shorts. The Panthers wearing baby blue sneakers here this evening as well.
Moving into the center circle for Hanover, moving from right to left will be Corey Muchmore, and he'll go up against Sean O'Brien. So strap him down, we're ready to go here with NCAA Division III basketball. And the tip is won by Hanover as they bring it out up. Here's Cam Fales, has it on the right hand or left hand side, gives it out there to McKinney. Brings it into Muchmore, works there against O'Brien, and O'Brien gets a piece of it, but last touch there by Muchmore. Sean O'Brien, 6'9" junior out of St. Louis. Corey Muchmore, a 6'6" senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Gonna be another good matchup down low tonight between those two.
Here's Westminster, the Blue Jays with the basketball. They work it around at the top. They bring it into O'Brien. He turns around, about a 14-footer, no good. Ball tipped up, and it's taken down there by the Blue Jays of Westminster.
One of the reasons that Hanover was able to win the conference tournament is because they were limiting the offensive rebounds for their opponents, and they give up one right here early in this one.
15 on the shot clock. 3 ball up, no good. Rebound comes down there to Hanover. Here's Fales. Cam lost his balance, almost lost the basketball. Gets it out now to Muchmore. Over to Fales. Cam feeds off, Muchmore backhanders in.
Great job there by Muchmore. Sets the screen, but an even better pass by Cam Fales. A nice bounce pass where only Muchmore could get to it, and he finishes at the rim. And I like how he went with the reverse layup. Wasn't able to get anybody a chance to block that one from him.
Off onto the right-hand corner. Driving the baseline coming up, and we got a push there as driving the line was Tab. Foul going to be called against Hanover. Charge it there against number 12, Colin Smith. That'll be his first and the team's first. Comes in. Out to the top with the basketball. Wands now. Gives it on. Cochran. Into the lane. Layup. Nothing there. Rebound to the Panthers. Here's Fales. Oh, nice move. A roundabout. Can't hit it. After he made that roundabout, he tried to get it in on the left-hand side, but didn't make the curve on the shot.
That would have been dirty had it gone in, and that student section in that far end zone would have erupted for sure.
16 on the shot clock. Into O'Brien. Turnaround jumper, and he gets nothing but net.
It's going to be another battle in the bigs tonight. Those two going at it.
O'Brien not as big as the guys that he went up against Mount St. Joe's on Sunday. And Muchmore makes the second one good.
Well, Muchmore was MVP of the Heartland Conference Tournament for a reason. Big senior hit a buzzer beater against Transylvania to get the Panthers into the championship game.
Long three, and that one is good. Put that one in there by Romeo Tab.
Gives Westminster their first lead of the night.
5-4. 17-10 to go. First half. Here's Muchmore. He's going to take it. Oh, that one got partially deflected, and O'Brien comes off with it. Gives it now over on there. That is Cochran. Doesn't get it. Hanover with the rebound. Fails, tries to thread a needle there to Buck, and the ball got knocked away. Out at the top. Villalobos. Now to Cochran. Here's Wands over on the left side, back over to the right. 3-ball doesn't go. Long rebound. Wes McKinney picks it up. Here's Fales. Comes in, back out. Here's Buck now over on the right-hand side. Here's Smith. He took a look. Back over to Buck. 10 on the shot clock. Down to 7. Fails to the corner. Gotta hurry. 3. And doesn't go, but new shot clock, but the ball comes down there to Westminster. Bouncing it into the middle. It's going to be good there as he puts that one in for a 2-point. 7-4 in favor of Westminster. McKinney fails. Lobs it in now to Muchmore. Works on O'Brien and gets the hook.
Muchmore, he's doing such a great job. He's being so patient in the lane, just waiting for the right shot, and he has not been more than about a foot away from the basket on any shot attempts he's taken tonight.
Coming around into the middle, no good. Rebound comes off there to Smith.
Fantastic defense by Colin Smith that time. Didn't leave his feet, had his hands straight up in the air, and was able to force an awkward shot.
Foul going to be called there against Carter Wands. That'll be his first, team's first. We've got our first media timeout of the evening. 15:02 to go here in the first half. Westminster leads at 7-6. You're watching and listening to the NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Tournament. .02 to go here in the first half. Hanover trailing by 1. You've got Logan Ratz and also Lucas Miller in the ball game now for Hanover. Here's Buck, comes around, feeds it in. Muchmore again against O'Brien, takes him to the right, and he gets it.
All day for Muchmore.
Corey Muchmore has 8 points. Westminster with 7. And Hanover back in the lead. There's Tapp. He's going to bring it in, but he's going to travel. He's going to be the guy that a team's going to be the go-to man for this Westminster ball club. So the turnover gives it to Hanover. First turnover for Westminster here in the ball game. Here's Ratz. Logan over to McKinney. He takes a 3 and he's going to be fouled there. He's going to be fouled by Tab, and that's going to be his first, team second. And that's going to send West to the free throw line for 3.
That's interesting there because Tabb got the ball first. The ball was definitely blocked long before that foul was called.
First shot is missed. You know, that's one thing during the tournament that Wes has had problems with, has been the free throws. Second shot is up, doesn't make it. Steps away from the line. Gets back up there to it. Doesn't make it. 0 for 3 from the line as he bricked them all. During the regular season, that wasn't West, but so far here in tournament play, it's been what's been happening. That was looking to drive in, losing control of the basketball, then tipped there by Muchmore, and Hanover back with the ball.
And the free throws were one of the reasons why Hanover was never really able to fully pull away in either of their conference tournament games.
There's a steal back by Muchmore as the ball was just sort of loose all over the place. And a whistle. And what do we got? He's pointing at something.
I think they're going to talk about the possession on the shot clock because it was reset. You're good. Yeah, okay.
They're good. Of course, again, just like in the Heartland tournament, we have a alternate ref that sits on the bench. He just does only sit there to keep us in line, but he keeps everything else in line. Here's Ratz to McKinney. McKinney with a 3-ball, doesn't go. Rebound tossed back out, and Westminster with the basketball as they bring it down. They're moving from left to right. Here's O'Brien. The Lobos now. Tabb not going to go, but a foul going to be called there against Lucas Miller.
We have seen more fouls called on three-point shots here in these first 2 games of the NCAA tournament than I've probably ever seen in a whole season combined.
So Romeo Tabb, 6'5" junior out of St. Louis, goes to the free throw line. First one is in. If
I'm correct, I think that's the 5th foul we've had on a three-pointer here this evening in both games.
I think you're very close on that. I think maybe about 6 or 7. Second one is up, and it is good. Smith comes in. Bales comes in. McKinney and Miller go out. So to try to make it the trifecta here, Tabb puts that one in. Sub coming into the ball game, Stu Hollinsworth, 6'4" junior out of Webster Groves, Missouri. Turnover by Hanover.
Yeah, it just went right through Cam Bales' hands and out of bounds.
2-point lead. Hollingsworth loses the basketball but regains it. Also Colin Kaywood into the ball game and driving that one in. That is going to be Zach Nelson who's into the game. He's got his first 2 points. Senior out of Kansas City, Missouri.
Largest lead of the game for Westminster.
Buck just threw that ball up and completely over the basket.
Yeah, not a good shot there by Levi Buck.
Coming into the middle, ball tapped away, but regaining control there is Wands. Out to the left-hand side, into O'Brien. Going to work it there against Muchmore, fade away, and he's got the 2. He's got 4 points now.
O'Brien's just got a little bit more height on him than Muchmore does, and he was able to use those long arms to get that shot up over Muchmore.
14-8 now in favor of Westminster. Shot by Buck, doesn't go. Rebound comes down there by Nelson. Nelson comes all the way down, kicks it out now to O'Brien. Now to Kaywood. Almost throwing that one away. Back into the lane. Wands now off to the left. Back out to him, 10 on the shot clock. Into the corner, into O'Brien. We got a foul called against Hanover. Put it there against number 3. That'll be Cam Fales, and that will be his third. We've got immediate timeout, 11:24 to go in the first half, 14-8 in favor of Westminster. You're watching and listening to the NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Tournament. To Westminster. The Blue Jays with the basketball. Onto the right-hand side, back around to the top they go. Cody Shaw, the sophomore out of Eugene, Missouri, into the ball game. Moving it in, coming up, shot up, no good. That one put up there by Nelson. Fales kicks it to the corner, and Rats back out to Fales. He's going to bring it into the lane. Rats back to McKinney. He takes a look. 13 now on the shot clock. Down to 9. Feed into Nick White, who's into the ball game. Nick puts it up, doesn't go, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Great job there by White. He was taking a page out of the Corey Muchmore book. He just got the ball, started backing down his defender, did the spin around shot, didn't get it to fall, but he will go to the line for 2, and now you got to make some free throws. Hanover struggled so far from the line here tonight, but they've got to try and cut into this deficit.
Stu Hollingsworth gets his first foul. First one up and no good. You know, Hanover normally a pretty good free throw shooting team, but tournament-wise, they've really struggled. Second one up is good this time. That's going to be the first one that Hanover has made here this evening. 14-9. In the lane, ball going to be taken away. Little scoop out there to Fales. He's going to take it on up to the hoop, blocked, and he's going to be fouled. Foul going to be there against Colin Kaywood, the sophomore out of Jefferson City, Missouri. That is going to be his first.
Logan Rats did everything he could to pave the way for Fales to have a clean shot. But Kaywood just got around him and was able to get the hard foul.
So Fales at the free throw line. First one is up and it is good. Well, maybe that last one by White broke the ice. Buck back into the ball game as Rats comes out. Second one is good.
2 big free throws there. I don't think anybody's going to have quite the game that Duncan did during the Heartland Conference Tournament, where he hit, what was it, 20 of 21 free throws?
Yep, from Anderson.
Yeah.
Off to the corner. Lob it into the middle. Turn around. Not going to go. That one put up there by Hollingsworth. Foul going to be called. Nick White will pick it up.
I don't know about that. There was a fadeaway shot, and White was still underneath the basket. If the foul was on anybody, it should have been on McKinney.
Much more going to come into the ball game. First free throw is up and no good. 10:09 to go here in the first half. 14-11 in favor of Westminster. Corey comes in, Nick goes out. Second shot is good by Hollingsworth. 4-point lead now for the Blue Jays. Here's Levi Buck. Going to take it in, kick out, fails, going to take the three, bang!
Great kick out there by Levi Buck. Just drove into the lane and brought all the Blue Jays around him and just kicked it out. Fails had all the time in the world to take that shot. Gotta get a stop here.
Inside, Hollingsworth put it up, nothing. That ball almost tipped back in.
By Levi.
By Levi Buck. Oh, here's McKinney. Comes across the lane, over to the right, back to the left. Oh, he wanted to kick it in there too, much more because the mismatch was right there.
Gotta give great defense there to Villalobos. Got in the path.
Fails with a three, got it! 8 points for Fails. Hanover with the lead at 17-15. 3 ball. Villalobos, nothing. And, they're going to say a foul called there against Colin Smith. He had his position there, and it looked to me as if Tab went over his back. And Colin comes over here and, talks to Coach Miller about it.
It's unfortunate. It's just one of those where he was in position, but the guy got the rebound and just fell down on top of it.
His second, team's fifth, so he comes on out. Lucas Miller back in. Here's Cochran. Feed in now to O'Brien. Into the lane. Gonna try to move his way. Nice defense there by Corey, but they can't get the rebound as they pop it back out to the top. 3-pointer on the way. That one is good by Tanner Cochran.
Big answer on the other end there by Westminster. They can shoot the ball too. Score a lot of points.
Feed underneath. There's much more. Doesn't get it, but a foul going to be called against O'Brien. That'll be his first. Team's fourth. Corey to the line for 2. His first trip there tonight.
Much more wanting a breather after these free throws. He's been hustling up and down the floor. He's been working hard tonight. Working real hard.
First shot is up, and it is good. 9 points for the senior out of Cincinnati Moeller High School. Tell you, Moeller High School has been really a big support to him during this senior year. Second one is up and good. He's going to come out. He's going to take a break. Nick White comes back in. Corey gets a nice job as he walks by there to Mike Floyd and Ryan Nowicki.
Get a breather. He'll be right back in, but White's done a great job off the bench tonight, right there.
Oh, what a block inside there by Nick White as he just judged that basketball perfectly as they were working it in there to O'Brien. O'Brien 6'9", White 6'5".
Well, we talked about it during the Heartland Conference tournament that White's going to be the guy that fills those shoes for much more after this season, and he's doing a great job off the bench tonight so far.
Working it around the top. Feeding it now over to Tab. Villalobos. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2. Nice steal there by Fails. He's going to bring it down, pulls up the jumper, doesn't go. McKinney with the putback, got it!
Big offensive rebound there by McKinney. It was a little sloppy down on that end as Fails trying to come down real quickly, but McKinney there with the recovery and the putback, it just kind of rolled on in there.
21-18 now Hanover. 7:26 to go here in the first half. Coming in off the glass. Nothing there by Cochran. Hanover with the rebounding. Miller underneath to McKinney for 2. Biggest lead of the night for Hanover. 23-18. 7:07 to go here in the first half. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching and listening to the NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Tournament. 7:07 to go here in the first half. 23-18, Hanover with the lead. Villalobos to Tab. Looking to bring it in there. That is Cochran. Miller all over Tab inside that lane. Villalobos tripped as he went in, but he was able to pass it off. They go back to Tab. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Long shot, nothing. Rebound, foul called, and it's going to be called there against Bales.
That should have been over the back.
It's going to be number 2 against Cam, 6th team foul. So that's going to bring Logan Ratz back into the ball game. Westminster with the basketball on the baseline. Coming in, takes it to the rim. Nothing there by Wands. Here's Ratz to Miller. 3 for Lucas.
Panthers are hot from beyond the arc tonight. Something we didn't see really at all in the conference tournament.
Here's Tab. Gives it over to the left-hand side. Back to O'Brien, who comes way out. On the left-hand side, Cochran going to drive the lane, goes up against Miller and gets it. He actually took 2 players out on that, and both with Miller and McKinney. Here's Logan Ratz. The biggest thing for Logan this year was when Cam got injured back in December and played a lot of minutes. That ball tossed away there. O'Brien stepped right in front of McKinney. And we get an offensive foul, or do we get a foul against Lucas? It's going to be an offensive foul there against Carter Wands. It's going to be his second, team's 5th. And that Academy Award goes to Lucas Miller.
I mean, he did everything right. He was outside of that blue circle down underneath, and he had both feet planted. He kind of leaned into it a little bit off to the right.
That's what I was catching.
He leaned a little bit, but his feet were set, and he drew the charge.
Here's Miller. Not a McKinney. Lucas inside now to much more. Just off the right side. Here's Miller with a 3. Doesn't go. High rebound and went off the right-hand side, and that's where O'Brien brings off the rebound. Villalobos here on the right-hand side. Off to the left now. That is Shaw. Cochran back over to Shaw, brings it out O'Brien. 7 on the shot clock. Lobos, no good. 6-point lead for Hanover. Here's Logan Ratz. Comes in, kicks out. Buck, 3 ball. Hanover, 4 for 7.
Nearly an over back here by Westminster. The need right now is a turnover.
Shaw has it on the left-hand side. Villalobos now comes out between the circle, back over to Shaw on the right. Leads inside to Tab, works there against Miller on the glass, nothing, and Ratz picks up the rebound.
Need a big bucket here.
Here's Ratz, took a look, but he looked up and it was O'Brien that was in front of him. Not going to take it there against the 6'9" guy. Here's Buck. Levi, the screen there by much more, and he just bowled that one right into him. Much more off glass, nothing. He was double teamed on that one.
Sure was. Should have kicked it back. Oh, and Levi Buck just took one right to the, it looked like he took it to the chest.
Timeout is called, media timeout. 3:37 to go here in the first half. Hanover up by 9, 29-20. You're listening and watching the NCAA Division III men's basketball tournament. 43-60 in overtime. And South Ripley defeats Southwestern 40-39. Both of those are semifinals of the sectional. Shot up, no good by Westminster. Then losing the ball, but then stole away. Logan Rats to the hoop. And I think the crowd just took it. 11-point lead now for Hanover.
The crowd, the student section over there wanted a foul as Rats went face first to the bleachers.
Tab comes back. He takes down a three. That's his second three of the ball game. 11 points now for him. Less than 3 to go here in the first half. 31-23. Here's Buck. Went right over Cochran for that one.
Great off-balance shot there by Buck, too. He had to adjust to get the right finger roll, and it went in.
Here's Tab. Over and out is Shaw on the right-hand side. McKinney stops him. Underneath to O'Brien. He had to go from underneath the back out. He did a good job coming down both McKinney and against White.
Sure did. He's got to take advantage now with much more on the bench, catching a breather. And he took advantage right there.
33-25, taking it to the Rats, nothing. Rebound comes off to Westminster, going coast to coast, and then losing the ball is going to be Tab, but it's going to be last touch there by Miller. Lucas sort of with a little smile there, thinking that the referee would catch it.
I think Coach was big. Thought that should have been out of Westminster.
On the baseline. Tab right there. Leans it in, but he couldn't get it. He gets his own rebound, and he puts it back up and in.
Nearly traveled with it, too. He kind of lost the possession there for a moment, but got it back in a big basket for him.
13 points now for Tab. There is Buck, and nothing, and he gets the rebound. Basically, the Romeo Tab show for Westminster. Driving down, nothing, and we get a foul called against the Blue Jays.
Should put Hanover in the 1-and-1.
Going to be there against Zach Nelson. It's going to be his first time it is. The team, so we'll walk it down and go to the free throw line. Buck will go to the free throw line for 1-and-1. He's got 5 points tonight. And a very slow start from the free throw line is now 5 for 9. That's 6 for 10. What really got it started off bad was when Wes McKinney was the line for 3 and he bricked all 3. Minute 39 to go. That one is up and it's good. Levi now with 7 points.
Hanover to finish his first half strong.
Here's Tab. Back out shot from the left or from the right. No good there by Haywood. Much more with the rebound. Here's Rats.
You want to get that point lead.
Gonna move back into the lane. Kick out. Inside much more. They double down with him. Kicks it back out to Rats. Now to Buck. How about the corner on the right side? And Miller doesn't. And coming off of there is going to be Nelson. Nelson the Tab. Nice comeback there by Lucas Miller, but it wasn't enough as Tab put that one in for 3.
Tab to 30 there. He put the brakes on. Watched the defender fly right by and just popped the 3.
5-point lead for Hanover. 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Buck. Feeds it into much more. The Rack got it.
Should have been and one. Great job there by Muchmore to recover and get the basket. Shot clock off.
37-30, Hanover. Down to 19. To the corner, running it up with it, no good. Hanover will get the final shot of the first half. 8 seconds now to go. Here's 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Buck kicks out. McKinney at the buzzer. Doesn't go. We're at halftime. Here from the Collier Arena on the campus of Hanover College. First round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament, and Hanover leads it by a score of 37-30. Stick with us for our viewers on HCTV 22. We'll be back in about 12 minutes. And for our listeners on 95.3 WRI, stay with us. We've got coming up. This is the NCAA DIII men's basketball tournament.